Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. We are here on Province and I'm going to run my 38T Tier 4 German Sniper. So let's go and see what happens, shall we? Now I love the Province map. It's just really a fun map for me, and I used to play this a lot in my Tier 2 German Sniper. I haven't tried to play that tank hoping to get this map because it's kind of a hit and miss, and this is basically the same type of play because the configuration of the 38T is very similar to the configuration of my Panzerjäger 1. Now there's a minor glitch in the replay and it will show my reticule above the target. That is a glitch in the system. If it misses left or right, that's on me, but I don't miss above. So if ever you see that, that's what it is. It's not a big deal. I'm not like blind or anything like that. I mean, it would be crazy to read a comment, "Hey Duke, did you know that you were aiming above the tank? That's why you missed it, ha ha ha." Oh well. This boy's in trouble. Come on, baby. Ah, he's behind the rock. Crud. That's alright. Always keep in mind, you're here to help your team. And the ways you help your team: spot guys in some cases. In this case, shoot the guys, do damage. If you kill them, great. It's nice to kill guys, but damage is number one. If you don't do damage, you're in trouble. From a scoring perspective as well as helping your team. Now, sometimes, you'll get opportunities to make a kill without doing a lot of damage. Now, guys, there's a guy that's going to be rolling up on the left. So you got to keep your eyes open and you've got to be aware of your surroundings. So here on this sniper position, guys can come up from below you in front, pretty easy to spot. But you are open through the village on the left. You got to keep your eyes open for that. What about this guy? Yeah, see, I would never aim that high over a target. There we go. Hey, buddy. There's that guy, and then there's another guy off to my 10 o'clock. And that guy's rolling up. And I got annihilated by the other guys. So I did good damage. Let's go check out M8A1. Nice shot. Alright, that was really good. So I did the best I could. I helped my team. Wow, that guy's toast. Let's go check out the Bucket. Now the Bucket is a Tier 4 mercenary tank. It's very similar, to the Thresher. It's that kind of a light tank with a good combination of armor and gunpowder. This is a tank like my Marder 38T in that I call these difference maker tanks. And a difference maker tank is exactly what it sounds like it is. When you're in it, you have a chance to make a difference in the game. And that's the thing, it has a combination of attributes that are useful. I mean, any tank can be an MVP, but the difference maker tanks are the kind of tanks that you can pull games, out of the fire when you're losing. And you have to have the proper attunement of rhythm. If the rhythm of the tank fits your style of play, it'll make a huge difference. The Marder 38T is a difference maker for me, one of many. This is another difference maker style tank. The Thresher is another one, and there's a bunch of other ones. But not every tank is a difference maker, because sometimes they're too slow, for yourself, more so than anything else. So it's all going to matter and vary from person to person. I was talking to a guy earlier today, and for him, he said his difference maker was a Valentine 2. His rhythm for the tank was the key and why he said that. And it was really interesting because, that's not a tank that I thought had a really good, rhythm to play it. But apparently, he did, and that's really all that matters. It's not important if other people can't understand the rhythm that's working for you. As long as you understand it, that's all that matters. So this guy did a really good job in the bucket. So if you have tanks that, give you a feeling that, you can't miss or you can't go wrong, those are probably your difference maker tanks. And it's a real thing. A lot of people don't know and understand it. It sounds goofy. No, I just feel like this is better. That's enough. If you feel that it's better and your play has the results that back that up, it is a real thing. It's not just some made up, buzzword kind of a deal. That other guy got him. But that was okay. This guy played great. Africa Core, he did fantastic in that VK20, and yes, that's another difference maker tank. So we got a victory. You can see the dam behind the tanks, and Shazam Africa Core MVP. I had a good game, like I said, which I got third place. I didn't have a great game. I just had a good, solid game for me. All right, we're here in the end of game screen, and you can see I had a solid game. I lost about 30,000 in silver. It happens, Didn't do as much damage as I would normally like to do. Things happen. You pay your money and you take your chances. Decent 2,300 commander skills. Really, I should be scoring 4,000, probably. But I only got one kill, but I did get 1,200 damage. That was pretty solid. Can't complain. Not a great match for me. I would say this is kind of average. It's probably above average technically. But when I'm scoring a solid amount, this is kind of the average kind of scoring I would get. Now here we go to the end. You see Africa Core MVP did a really good job. Now his scoring is low too. 1,000 damage, 4 kills. I had 1,200 damage, 1 kill. This dude here had, in the M8A1, he had 1 kill, almost 800. This dude had 3 kills. So really the top 4 guys killed 9. And then down here at number 6, this guy picks up another 2. That's 11 kills. So we had a good spread of killing on the top, 6 guys. No one had a really great score. We had, a couple of guys busted 1,000. It was one of those things. Sometimes the scores are going to be higher, sometimes they're not. So it was real solid. Like I said, I had a good game, but not great. C+, maybe B- for me. But hey, you play the game that presents itself in front of you, as I did. Sometimes you're just going to score 1,000 points. Sometimes you're going to score 400 points. Sometimes you're going to score 1,200 like I did here. You can only do what is available to do in front of you. You're going to have good games and bad games. And what you have to do is do the best that you can in the moment. So that's the thing. I did the best I could in the moment. I contributed to my team clearly. That's why I ended up in the top, 7 guys. I don't really worry about it. I don't play specifically for statistics because stats don't tell the whole story. You look at the stats of these guys on the winning team, you're like, that guy number 1 was all right. Would you say that's an A+ performance? Not objectively, but there's a lot of things that go on. The opposition, if they played better, then it's one of those things. Or if they played worse, you can't really tell. You can't look at the score and go, on my team, the winning team, number 1, 1,000, that's not really very good. It's okay. 780 for the second, that's okay. I had 1220, that's okay. These stats are not like knock your socks off stats. And I always tell people, stats don't mean anything. Because no stat ever walked up and won a game. Players win games, okay? And players win games by making plays. At the end of the game, we were following the bucket. That guy was doing well. He played a good game. He finished number 7 right here. All right? He didn't have an awesome statistical result here. He was, in line to kill the guy at the end. He was playing to win the game. So I can look at, because we saw that at the end, we can look at it and go, well, that guy was doing good, but the things he did nothing statistically. We didn't see him do any damage. We didn't see him, get any assistance. But he was, trying to help the team win the game. And that he was in position to kill that guy if, for example, Afrika Korps failed to kill him. So what he did was valuable, even though it doesn't show up in the stat sheet. And this is the key. Stats don't tell the whole story. We got to watch the end of the bucket. They didn't do anything spectacular. But he was engaged in winning the game, and that is the key. The trained mind understands what he was doing was very helpful. It just didn't translate into scoring on screen. So you got to be careful. You play the game in the moment, and you want to make plays in the moment. That's how you win games. At the end of the game, Afrika Korps made the shot that killed the guy, finished the game off. But if he fails, the bucket was right there. He would not have failed. And that's the thing. So don't get so engrossed in stats. Play to help your team. You're going to score great sometimes, score, average sometimes, score above average sometimes. I mean, I had a good game. Afrika Korps had a good game. He had, like myself, a C+ or B- for an MVP. It's not a great MVP score. I'm not saying he wasn't a really good player. He did great in this game. It's all relative. So he scored better than the rest of us overall in this game when it counted. The next game, you might see the winning score with 1,800, 1,900, whatever. So it's not insulting to say his scoring wasn't great. It was good enough to be MVP, though. That's the key. So don't be a slave to statistics. Statistics are nice, and they give you kind of a flavor of what happened. But unless you're actually watching it, you don't grab what's happening. There are things that happen in every game that don't show up in the stat sheet. And so you're like, well, I could go into specifics in other sports, but it's the same thing here. Let's just keep it with this. So we look at, the results. Our team played good. We had a lot of guys that had good results. They were playing solid C+, B-, whatever. no one on my team really stood out among the crowd. You had, guys with good result, good result, good result, good result. And so there wasn't, one guy. Now, on the other team, for example, this guy had almost 1,500. He was head and shoulders above everyone else on his team, all right? His numbers were just better. This guy was good too. So statistically, he did better on his team. But which game would you rather have? Would you rather have this Hetzer's game, good score, 2 kills, 1,400 damage, or would you rather have Afrika Korps game, 4 kills, 1,000 damage, and MVP? I'm taking Afrika Korps. He had the game to have. Now, if you remove it and don't know that he was on the winning team, normal people are going to go, I'm going to take that Hetzer over there who was number 1 on the losing team. He had the statistically better game. But in the context of the game, Afrika Korps had the better game. His team won. He helped his team win actively. This is the key. This is what separates the ability to understand who is doing better and who isn't. So hopefully you learned something about this. Hope you enjoyed this game. It was a pretty fun game. Would have been more fun if I didn't get killed. But hey, you got to keep it real. Show what happens. Explain what's going on. This will help players become better in the future. So tell your friends. Maybe they can benefit from this lesson. I look forward to seeing you guys hopefully in another video. I have some more I have to make. And, of course, Metal Fest is going on. I got to work on Metal Fest videos for the commanders, etc. So look forward to seeing you guys again real soon. I'm out of here. And as always, like and subscribe.